Hello there everyone, welcome back to the channel. I wasn't going to make a video today, but I want to test some different recording styles and techniques for capturing Quest gameplay. I usually record natively on the Quest 3, but I've realized recently that my footage doesn't look as good as other creators. So today, I'm doing this as a test to see what it looks like if I record with the MetaQuest Developer Hub on my PC. So this is Batman being connected straight to my PC, being casted straight to the PC, and captured with a kind of cinematic, wider FOV, and hopefully a higher quality capture. Should be 4K capture. And I also want to speak a little bit about the combat in Batman, because I made a pretty bold claim in my review video whereby I said that this was probably the best combat I've experienced in a VR game to date, and I see from comments that that ruffled some feathers, so I just kind of want to elaborate and speak a little bit more about that. So I'm going to try the combat challenges. I haven't played these yet. This is the first one. It's the Premere? I don't know, can't say words today.
Ready to lose?
Oh, it's nice to see Batman as Batman rather than me. Okay, right, let's do some punching. Okay, this looks weird inside the headset, let me just say, because I'm using like a cinematic camera, and that is basically like making my field of view smaller, which is something I'm not used to at all. Really, really strange. But hopefully it makes the capture look absolutely incredible. That's what we want anyway.
I'll keep the man backed up. Time to take out the trash. Look, pay for your sins. This hurts.
Okay, I'm going for like full combos here. I'm not gonna drop any of these combos. At least that's kind of my plan, because that's how you get the best scores, right? Okay, that was easy. That was very easy.
Stop talking. Start.
Oh, I didn't get high score. Okay, right. So I need to start using more gadgets, more things to mix it up. So that was a perfect free flow. Didn't drop my combo, but I didn't get the top score of 25,000. I can't remember how to get good scores in the combat challenges. I think I just need to mix in things like batarangs and stuff. Come on, you freak. Come on, you freaks. Oh, God. Didn't even punch him. That just did it on its own. Right, block both of those. Honestly, right, okay, so let me talk about the combat. So I said in my review video that the combat in this was my favourite in any VR game ever. And I know a lot of people immediately kind of came to the comments and went, you know, like, what about battle talent? What about Blade Sorcery? You know, the combat in those games is superb and surely better than Batman because you have more control over what you're doing, you know. In Blade Sorcery, if you want to beat someone up in a very specific way, you know, you have complete control over your actions. I didn't even use a bloody batarang, did I? There you go. See if I get a better score. Da-da-da-da! Come on, die. We done? Is he still alive? He's not still alive. Is that a better score?
Stop talking.
Yay! That was immediately a better score, and I don't really know why, because I lost my perfect free flow. Oh, it's rounds! It's multiple rounds! So I've beaten the score in round 2. Okay, so before I start round 3, I assume there's a round 3, I'll just kind of get my thoughts out a little bit about Blade and Sorcery and Battle Talent and games like that, as opposed to or compared to something like Arkham Shadow. Now, this is all very personal, this is just my own personal feelings and opinions, but a game like Blade and Sorcery gives me all the tools in the world to do everything I want. I can grab someone's leg, I can pull that leg, I can stab them in the arm, I can flip them over me, you have just free reign to do whatever you want when it comes to the combat in those games. But I am not great at stringing that all together and making it feel like a perfect dance, a back and forth, a ballet of doing one thing, countering someone here, grabbing this. That doesn't come naturally to me, and I don't think it comes naturally to a lot of people. So when I play Blade and Sorcery or when I play Battle Talent, it ends up feeling like a messy kind of, I'm just swinging those swords. I'm swinging them whenever I can, wherever I can, to take down enemies. And to pull something off that looks really cool, I have to really orchestrate that. I have to really set that up. Whereas here, in Batman Arkham Shadow, I think this is better combat for just a regular video game playing audience who perhaps aren't as adept at stringing together incredible things. Come on, you. No, not that. I mean, this makes you feel like a badass. Oh no, without you needing to be an incredible like martial artist or someone who wants to figure out exactly all the right ways to orchestrate really cool looking combat, because I cannot make the combat in Blade Sorcery look good. It isn't a skill that I have, but in here I very easily can feel really powerful, really cool, and just really engaged, because the game kind of leads you through the combat. Yes, it is a bit more quick time eventy, but you still need to assess and react to the situation, especially when you get lots of different enemies who need lots of different approaches in one single fight scenario, and it does end up being like that. Come on, there's two big dudes now. That's just silly. Okay, that was probably a bit ridiculous. Oh my god, okay. Can you die, please, sir? I'm ducking and stuff, that's what's going on. Right, okay, here we go. Let's really get into this. Like this, to me personally, it's way more gamified than Blade and Sorcery has ever been. And I think that's... I can't punch that man for some reason. And that's why I like it. It's very gamey. It's about stringing combos, and it's about getting the best score, and it's about being in like a free flow state. I mean, I think Arkham Shadow has more in common with Beat Saber, or like any one of the kind of rhythm games when it comes to its combat, more than it does with Blade and Sorcery, if that makes sense. Hopefully it does. Yes! That is a crazy score. That's like double what I was supposed to get. I really hope this footage looks nice, because this is how I will capture Quest games going forward. If it's like nice and stable, the frame rate's high, and it looks as good as it's meant to be 4K, I will just record this way going forward. It feels weird inside the headset because I have a limited field of view, but it's definitely still playable. Yeah, fingers crossed this looks good. Hello, Batman.
Stop talking. Start
okay.
Running.
Jesus Christ. That was very rude. I just want to make it really clear, I'm not throwing any kind of like shade or anything like that at games like Battle Talent or Blade and Sorcery. I love those games so much. And I think they are brilliant examples of games that completely and utterly embody the things that make VR so special. You know, like, you are the controller in those games. You 100% are. And anything that you would like to achieve, anything you'd like to do, come here, you, to those characters, those enemies, you can, because it gives you all the tools, all the freedom to do so. So those games are perfect examples of why we love VR, why we love the freedom that VR offers to us. But what I don't think they are is particularly great for like gamified mass audiences to feel like badasses out of the box. You know, I need a bit of guidance, and that's just me. I don't think I'll be the only one who feels like that. But I just, yeah, it always descends into kind of chaotic swinging of my hands, rather than like a really, like, this looks cool. Even if it is quite guided, you feel like such a badass, and you do get an incredible workout playing this game. If you really put yourself into it and really like lean into all of the attacks, God, it feels like nothing else. You feel so cool. He keeps telling me to stop talking, and I'm starting to get offended. I guess what I'm trying to say is I personally don't mind a game that gamifies the combat, gives me combos, gives me scores, and holds my hand slightly, but still demands that I put the work in. I have to throw the punches, I have to move them in the right directions. When dodging comes into play, I have to dodge in the right directions. When people with stun batons come in, I need to jump over them first. I need to stun the big guys with my cape. There's still a lot of thought that goes into this combat, but it feels fast, frenetic, and it keeps the pace of the game up. If Arkham Shadow had combat like Blade Sorcery, I think a certain subsect of VR users would be just enamoured, but they wouldn't ever leave the combat scenarios. The game wouldn't progress, the pace would be wrong, you wouldn't be pushing yourself on this kind of... because it is quite a urgent quest that you're on in this game. You wouldn't progress on it, you would just sit there in these small combat scenarios going crazy, grabbing people by the legs, swinging them around, and in one way that would be amazing. The combat in this really is a blend of rhythm and fitness and thought process, because you do have to take into account the enemies you're fighting, and that's why I love it as probably the best example for me personally of gamified arcadey combat in a VR game. It's not on the same level as Blade Sorcery. They're two very different options for two very different audiences. I just prefer this. Come on, throw some enemies with like knives at me or something. Right, over his head, in the back, there we go. What are you doing, mate, eh? And you don't have to go super fast in this either. That's one thing I figured out. Like, it took me a little while to figure out, to be fair. But you don't have to go super fast in the combat. You can really think about every move, because you make more mistakes, I think, if you try and go super fast. And I did that actually in the flat screen version of the game as well. Like Arkham Asylum and Arkham City, I'd be really pressed to try and go fast all the time, and I performed better and kind of nailed more combos when I just took my time and really thought about... Can I pick these on the floor? No, I can't. 2, 3. Oh, it's so fun, and I hope, my real hope, is that they add tons of these combat challenges. I will just play them till the cows come home. And I would like to unlock... Oh, did I get the... Okay, we're still not done. There's still another round. I would like to unlock costumes and things, but in VR? Is there any point? You're not really going to see your batsuit. You're going to see your arms and your legs, and you can see it when you look down. I would like a classic kind of Adam West Batman. There's a lot of things I'd like, but if they just add more combat challenges, that will be me happy for a long time. Alright, mix it up. Where are the knife dudes? Where are the gun dudes? Come on. I can take more than just you guys. I don't need you. This seems to be performing really well today as well. It's actually running much better now that I'm not recording natively on the Quest. I think that is something that, you know, I do mention in my reviews and things, but when you're recording on the Quest, as well as over the top, as well as playing on the Quest, that is going to impact the performance of the game. You're going to get more frame drops and things, because the Quest can only do so much. So this seems to be like freeing up a lot of that processing power and allowing the game to just run like a dream, and it really is. Even though, oh no, even though it's quite high intensity. Come on, ooh, bugger off you. Ba 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 ba. No, no. I've lost my combo in this one. This one's all gone a bit to shit. Have that. Can I get you with this? Oh, I can. That's very funny. Oh no, it's a bloody zappy boy again. You won't rip me apart. I'll rip you apart, you knob. There we go. You're dead. No, one more. Ba 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 ba. 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 When I play this for like a few hours, the next day, it really does ache. Like across here, arms, you get delayed onset muscle soreness. It's like, it's a proper workout. I do love this game so much. I really do. I hope they just fix the little issues I had. Glitches and issues that kind of just stopped me from enjoying the campaign as much as I think I would if it was just a smooth experience. Right, I'm going to leave it here. As I say, didn't want this to be a long video, just a short one to test the recording capabilities of MetaQuest Developer Hub. And then also just explain that I'm not saying that Blade Sorcery or Battle Talent aren't more intricate, freeform, and VR embodying combat systems, because they really are. They're incredible games. It's just, for me personally, I feel like much more of a badass in this, and this works up a sweat for me more than those games do, because I'm led through a series of intricate combat challenges that do require thought process. Yes, I'm not fully in control of the combat, but I like the gamified nature of it. I like the scores, I like the combos. They're two very different things, you know? But this is the one for me personally. There's also the fact that I just really like Batman Arkham, you know? And this is such a faithful adaptation of the combat system in those games. You know, I played those games to death, I played them multiple times, and it's just, I just think they've done such a good job of, why have I ducked down? Of turning what is a very iconic combat system into something completely different. I really didn't think they'd be able to convert it into a VR, like a workable VR system, but they really did. And yeah, just hats off to them. They've done an amazing job. Right, hopefully you've enjoyed. If you have, please do leave a like, leave a comment, hit subscribe, and I'll see you soon for another one. Can't wait to watch this footage back and see if it's actually good. I really hope it is, because this will make content creation on Quest so much easier for me.